Okay, converting with this procedure, our third step is to standardize the variables apart. Okay, we have to standardize the variables so that each quantifier binds a unique variable. See here, in the previous slide, the variables we just had used was x. Okay, just we had used the only x. Here, after standardization of variables, we had used the x, y, z and w. Okay, the four variables we had used because we have, so that each quantifier binds a unique variable. Okay, a simple example we can take. Suppose the universal of x such that p of x or universal of x such that p of x or universal of x such that q of x. Okay, after standardization of this, okay, we'll get universal of x such that p of x or universal of y such that q of y. See this. This is how we can standardize the variables for every quantifiers. Okay, this is the third step in our procedure. Now moving to the next step, that is the fourth one. What we have to do, we have to move all the quantifiers to the left side. Okay, see in this example we are already having our all the quantifiers at the left side, but when we will just take the example simple, the previous one which we had taken, how we can move our quantifiers to the left hand side. Okay, the similar example, suppose when we write universal of x such that p of x or universal of y such that q of y. So after moving all the quantifiers to the left, what we'll get, see universal of x, universal of y such that p of x or q of y. This is how we can just move our all the quantifiers to the left hand side. Okay, Hope you got this, how we can just move all the quantifiers to the left hand side. See here, in our fourth step we are already having all the quantifiers at the left, so we don't need to make any change. So moving towards the next step, the next step is to eliminate all the existential quantifier. That is, we have to remove the existential quantifier. This step is also called as the Skolemization. See here, in the previous step, we are having existential quantifier in our third statement, that is existential of z such that graduating of z, means this existential quantifier can be removed and the statement will be written like this, that is graduating in bracket name1. Here name1 is the Skolemization constant. Let's see how it gets done. Let's take one of the example again. Suppose if I'm writing here existential of y such that precedent of x, so to remove this existential quantifier I have to use one variable. Okay, so this will be written like the precedent. After removing the existential quantifier, it will be written as the precedent in bracket s1. I had taken s1. You can use any kind of variable as a Skolemization constant. Okay, here I am having s1 as my Skolemization constant to remove the existential quantifier. Okay, we will take another example. If I write universal of x such that existential of y such that father of y comma x. So to remove this existential quantifier from this statement, what I have to do, I just write here universal of x as it is, because here just we have to remove the existential quantifier only, and the statement will be written as father of in bracket here s as our Skolemization constant comma x. Why this x? Because here the existential quantifier uses the variable y, so this y get also removed with the existential quantifiers. Hence we had written here the S of x, that is the Skolemization constant for our existential quantifier. Okay, this is our fifth step in the conversion of this FOL to the CNF. Here in our example we had taken the name 1 as a Skolemization constant. Okay, in the fifth step we had only removed the existential quantifiers. Okay, and we had not touched to the universal quantifier. So the next step after conversion of after removal of the existential quantifier, what we have to do, we just have to drop all the universal quantifiers. Okay, see in the step 5 we are having 3 universal quantifiers, that is universal of x, universal of y and universal of w. All these are dropped and we get the statements likewise. Okay, here in this sixth step we had dropped all the universal quantifiers. Before that, in this fifth step we had just removed the existential quantifier, and in here in sixth step we had just dropped all the universal quantifier, because it doesn't matter now, because all are representing the universal. Okay, so we just have to drop all the universal quantifiers. Okay, now the next step, that is the seventh, to convert to the conjunct of disjunct form. Okay, we have to convert all the clauses into conjunction of disjunct. Okay, how it is done? See, if let's take the example, okay, see here, if we have so if A or B in bracket B or C, so it will be converted like A or B or C. Okay, after writing this, and we have to remove all the parentheses from it. Okay, so the resulting will be A or B or C. We have to remove all the parentheses from it, and at the end we'll get the conjunct of disjunct. Okay, this is our seventh step in the conversion. After conducting the seventh step, the eighth step is we have to make each conjunct as a separate clause. Okay, that is, we have to create a separate clause corresponding to each conjunct. Okay, in order for a well-formed formula to be true, all the clause that are generated from it must be true. Okay, in our example it is already we are having the separate clause. That's why we don't need to perform this. We are already having the separate conjunctive clauses. Okay. The ninth step, again, standardize variables apart again. Here already we are having the standardization of variable, so we don't need to worry about our ninth step in this example, because we are already having the standard variable we had used with this example. Okay, we had used x, then y, then w. Okay, and for graduation we had used the name one as a columnization constant. These are the 9 steps which are followed while conversion of first order logic, or we can say it as a predicate logic, to the conjunctive normal form or the clausal normal form. Okay, this is all about how we can conduct this conversion. Hope you got this. Thank you.